also known as fall. One is one of the 4 temperate seasons on Earth, outside the tropics. Autumn marks the transition from summer to winter. In September, Northern Hemisphere, or March, Southern Hemisphere. Autumn is the season when the duration of daylight becomes noticeably shorter, and the temperature cools considerably. Day length decreases and night length increases as the season progresses until the winter solstice in December, Northern Hemisphere, and June, Southern Hemisphere. One of its main features in temperate climates is the striking change in color for the leaves of deciduous trees as they prepare to shed.
Date definitions. Some cultures regard the autumnal equinox as mid-autumn, while others with a longer temperature leg treat the equinox as the start of autumn, too. In the English-speaking world of high-latitude countries, autumn traditionally began with Lammas Day and ended around Halloween, the approximate midpoints between midsummer, the autumnal equinox, and midwinter. Meteorologists in Australia 3-4 and most of the temperate countries in the southern hemisphere 5-6 use a definition based on Gregorian calendar months, with autumn being September, October, and November in the northern hemisphere, 7 and March, April, and May in the southern hemisphere. In the higher latitude countries in the northern hemisphere, autumn traditionally starts with the September equinox the 21st to the 24th of September 8 and ends with the winter solstice the 21st or the 22nd of December 9. Popular culture in the United States associates Labor Day, the first Monday in September, as the end of summer and the start of autumn. Certain summer traditions, such as wearing white, are discouraged after that date. 10. As daytime and nighttime temperatures decrease, trees change color and then shed their leaves. 11. Persians celebrate the beginning of the autumn on Marigan. Under the traditional East Asian solar term system, autumn starts on or around the 8th of August and ends on or about the 7th of November. In Ireland, the autumn months, according to the National Meteorological Service, Met Éireann, are September, October, and November. 12. However, according to the Irish calendar, which is based on ancient Gaelic traditions, autumn lasts throughout the months of August, September, and October, or possibly a few days later, depending on tradition. In the Irish language, September is known as Mín Fámhair, middle of autumn, and October as Dired Fámhair, end of autumn, 1314. Late Roman Republic scholar Marcus Terentius Varro defined autumn as lasting from the 3rd day before the Ides of Sextilis August 11th to the 5th day before the Ides of November 9th, 15. Etymology: autumnal scene with yellow, orange, and red leaves. Autumnal scene with yellow, orange, and red leaves. Leaves falling from the trees during autumn in the forest. Duration, 2 minutes and 38 seconds to 38. Sound of leaves on trees and fallen on the ground. Problems playing this file. See media help. The word autumn, autumn, is derived from Latin autumnus, archaic autumnus, possibly from the ancient Etruscan root autu, and has within it connotations of the passing of the year. 16 alternative etymologies include Proto-Indo-European * hechuk, cold, or hzos, dry. 17. After the Greek era, the word continued to be used as the Old French word autumnautum in Modern French or autumn in Middle English, 18, and was later normalized to the original Latin. In the medieval period, there are rare examples of its use as early as the 12th century, but by the 16th century, it was in common use. Before the 16th century, harvest was the term usually used to refer to the season, as it is common in other West Germanic languages to this day, cf. Dutch Herbst, German Herbst, and Scots Herst. However, as more people gradually moved from working the land to living in towns, the word harvest lost its reference to the time of year and came to refer only to the actual activity of reaping. And autumn, as well as fall, began to replace it as a reference to the season. 1920 better source needed. The alternative word fall for the season traces its origins to Old Germanic languages. The exact derivation is unclear, with the Old English feel or feelin and the Old Norse fall all being possible candidates. However, these words all have the meaning to fall from a height and are clearly derived either from a common root or from each other. The term came to denote the season in 16th century England, a contraction of Middle English expressions like fall of the leaf and fall of the year. Compare the origin of spring from spring of the leaf and spring of the year. 21. During the 17th century, Englishmen began emigrating to the new North American colonies, and the settlers took the English language with them. While the term fall gradually became nearly obsolete in Britain, it became the more common term in North America. 22. The name backend, a once common name for the season in northern England, has today been largely replaced by the name autumn. 23. Harvest, association with the transition from warm to cold weather and its related status as the season of the primary harvest, has dominated its themes and popular images. In Western cultures, personifications of autumn are usually pretty, well-fed females adorned with fruits, vegetables, and grains that ripen at this time. Many cultures feature autumnal harvest festivals, often the most important on their calendars. Still extant echoes of these celebrations are found in the autumn Thanksgiving holiday of the United States and Canada and the Jewish Sukkot holiday with its roots as a full moon harvest festival of tabernacles living in outdoor huts around the time of harvest. There are also the many festivals celebrated by indigenous peoples of the Americas tied to the harvest of ripe foods gathered in the wild, the Chinese Mid-Autumn or Moon Festival, and many others. The predominant mood of these autumnal celebrations is a gladness for the fruits of the earth mixed with a certain melancholy linked to the imminent arrival of harsh weather. This view is presented in English poet John Keats' poem To Autumn, where he describes the season as a time of bounteous fecundity, a time of mellow fruitfulness. In North America, while most foods are harvested during the autumn, foods usually associated with the season include pumpkins, which are integral parts of both Thanksgiving and Halloween, and apples, which are used to make the seasonal beverage apple cider. Melancholia, Jesse O. Autumn. Joseph Chilmovsky picture of 1875 presenting a typical view of autumn in the polished 19th century countryside. Autumn, especially in poetry, has often been associated with melancholia. The possibilities and opportunities of summer are gone and the chill of winter is on the horizon. Skies turn gray, the amount of usable daylight drops rapidly, and many people turn inward, both physically and mentally. 24. It has been referred to as an unhealthy season. 25. Similar examples may be found in Irish poet W.B. Yeats' poem. The wild swans at Coole were the maturing season that the poet observes symbolically represents his own aging self. Like the natural world that he observes, he too has reached his prime and now must look forward to the inevitability of old age and death. French poet Paul Verlaine's Chanson d'automne autumn song is likewise characterized by strong, painful feelings of sorrow. Keats' To Autumn, written in September 1819, echoes this sense of melancholic reflection but also emphasizes the lush abundance of the season. The song Autumn Leaves, based on the French song Les Feuilles Mortes, uses the melancholic atmosphere of the season and the end of summer as a metaphor for the mood of being separated from a loved one. 26. Halloween, the annual Greenwich Village Halloween Parade in Lower Manhattan, is the world's largest Halloween parade with millions of spectators annually and has its roots in New York City's queer community. Autumn is associated with Halloween influenced by Samhain, a Celtic autumn festival. 27, and with it a widespread marketing campaign that promotes it. The Celtic people also used this time to celebrate the harvest with a time of feasting. At the same time, though, it was a celebration of death as well. Crops were harvested, livestock were butchered, and winter was coming. 28. Halloween, the 31st of October, is an autumn in the Northern Hemisphere. Television, film, book, costume, home decoration, and confectionery businesses use this time of year to promote products closely associated with such a holiday. with promotions going from late August or early September to the 31st of October, since their themes rapidly lose strength once the holiday ends and advertising starts concentrating on Christmas.